Are you tired of feeling poor and always in debt? Well, that's what we're going to talk about and what you can do about it. Every week, 3 days a week, I put out this Dollar is Dead show. Why do I call it the dollar is dead? The dollar's not really dead. You're using it transactionally every day. But what does that really mean? And in past episodes, we've shown what that means in terms of the fact that it's losing value. Look at this. Over the last 100 years, it's lost 99% of its value. Inflation's 3.5%. What does inflation mean? It means you're losing value. You're thinking to yourself, or some people might be thinking, well, I've got $1 in the bank, and now I still have $1 in the bank. I haven't lost anything. Sure you have. In the last couple of years, it's been exacerbated by the fact that inflation has gone so fast, so high, so fast, that things like cars have gone through the roof, homes have gone through the roof, you name it. So what can you do? Well, in past episodes, I've shown that the rich, the 1%, those that hold wealth, hold assets, not dollars. Real estate, commodities, stocks, you name it. So what I try to point out by saying, hey, the dollar's dead is wake up. Having all your savings sitting in dollars may not be the most prudent thing to do. Now, this isn't financial advice, but this is what I do. And I started this show on this particular topic back in February of 24. I've been doing this for years. But essentially, sure, you want to have your emergency savings and some money set aside for things that might happen, like a loss of job, you name it. But to have all of your money just sitting there in cash and watching it go down in value, you're just getting poor slowly. What do the rich do? Well, they have assets. And as you've probably seen, or at least if you're following this show, since February, assets have gone through the roof. Now, let's look at what's happening. Don't just take my word for it. Look at what's happening throughout the world. In this case, if you're familiar, we've talked about BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, other countries. They're trying to move away from the US dollar. And this gentleman here, I follow his account. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. But he pointed out that, hey, these are some of the largest countries in the world. Like in terms of people, China, India, Russia, Turkey. What are they doing? They're getting away from the dollar and they're buying gold. They believe that gold is going to be more valuable than US dollars. The United States is in debt, as we all know. That debt lately has gone through the roof. The U.S. is paying over $1 trillion a year just in interest payments. It's a problem. They're putting more money into the system. Things are getting inflated. So what can you do? You can save things other than dollars. And that's what we talk about. If you look at this, you see here that more people are looking at crypto because they're worried about the U.S. dollar losing its value. Okay? So if you look at the various factors, you see that the United States is going into more debt, which means it might be harder to pay back some of its debts, so people see the value of the dollar decreasing. Other countries don't want to be dependent upon the dollar for various reasons. We can implement sanctions, we can freeze bank accounts, you name it, but if they don't have to deal with the dollar, they're not going to be as controlled, if you will, by the U.S. So there's various things that are going on, and of course the worst is inflation. So personally, take a look at this, because this is what we look at every week. First, we go over savings, CD, and treasuries. If you just were to put your money in the bank, or lock it up into a CD, your cash, or look at the treasuries, 3-month, you're trying to beat inflation, but it's not really winning, potentially, I should say, particularly over time. So we're looking at gold and silver, just like these other countries are doing, and federal banks around the world are doing. Just in February, gold was just over $2,000. You can see here in the left column and the right column, it's what it is this week on May 31st, $23.41. It's a 300% jump. What's that, 15% just in 4 or 5 months? You didn't see your cash in your bank jump 15%. Silver went from 22 an ounce to over 30 an ounce. Bitcoin and Ethereum, crypto, 43,000 Bitcoin, 67,000 now. That's from February till now, 20,000%. It's a 50% jump. You got Ethereum at 2,200. Now it's at 3,759. Okay, why do I discuss things like crypto? Well, Bitcoin has been talked about as the world's gold or digital gold. All other coins are different. I consider Ethereum and everything else an altcoin. I think some people may say Ethereum's not an altcoin, but it's considered, and some people would say it's the world's computer. Well, those are the two largest market cap cryptos currently. I believe Bitcoin's around 1.3 or so trillion, and Ethereum is, I can't even remember how many billions, 600, 800 billion, whatever the market cap is. There's spot ETFs where you can just buy an ETF for Bitcoin. There's spot Ethereum's ETFs coming out. They were approved. They're not yet out. I put out 2 videos. Links will be below. 1, the easiest, fastest way to buy Bitcoin. 3 ways to buy it and hold it. And that also discusses Ethereum. And then I've got another video on how to buy and sell gold and silver if you're not familiar. So you might say, you know what? This is starting to resonate with me. Maybe I don't want all my savings to be in cash. I might want to buy some other things. Where do I get started? What do I do? So in the video talking about gold and silver, it talks about how to go buy physical gold if you want, or how you can just use an ETF, or how you can use what they call custody services. And I map out the pros and cons of each for what might be best for you. Same goes with silver. And then when it comes to crypto, I show 3 ways to buy crypto, what it means to have a wallet, what it means to have a centralized exchange hold it versus you holding it, self-custody, passphrases, keys, demystifies everything really quickly. So I hope you find this video helpful. I go over it every Friday. I want to help people get out of debt. That's what most of my videos are. When I talk about debt, I'm talking about bad debt, credit card debt, buy now, pay later, these high interest rate things that can really crush you financially. I've got videos to help you get how to budget, to make sure that you stay out of debt, and then most importantly, how to start saving and how to start growing your wealth and owning assets, things that go up in value. Thanks for watching. I hope you find this helpful. Please do subscribe so you don't miss any of these. I've got videos coming out every day, every week, and please also hit that like button if it's been helpful, and I always appreciate a comment. If you agree with me, please comment below. Hey, gold, silver, crypto is going to beat the US dollar, or for some reason you think the US dollar is going to start going up in value. Let me know that too. I'd like to see what you're thinking. Have a great weekend.